There's pointing around the country this weekend as well. There's Kingston Blunt already off and underway today. And we're going to have a little look back on some of the best of the action from last weekend. Claire Hart joins us from the Point to Point Authority. Hi, Claire.
Good morning, Nick. How are you?
Well, I won't lie, I'd actually rather be at Kingston Blunt. I've got a few vested interests there today, but I'm very happy to be watching on and talking to you about what we enjoyed last week.
Oh, we love Kingston Blount. It's a wonderful track and it's great to have racing there today. Beautiful spring day, the sunshine. I'm actually sad not to be there myself.
OK, were you either at Alnwick or Badbury Rings last week?
I was at Badbury Rings on Sunday. Yeah, Badbury Rings on Sunday. And obviously, the most impressive of the runners, the winners that day was the gorgeous 623, the Will Biddick trained horse who has already been bought by Dan Skelton. He was a fantastic winner. Here he is coming to the second last. He was a brilliant winner of the GB Young Horse Pointing Bonus race. And as you can see there, he put it to bed really nicely. He beat a horse called Electric City, who has already got some place form in point to point. And as you can see there, he's drawn well clear of the rest of the field. I spoke to Dan this morning, who is delighted to have purchased him, is really, really pleased to be supporting these British pointers. And as he said, he's got a beautiful pedigree, he's very well bred, and hopefully loads to look forward to. And he could be one, let's hope he, look at No Drama This End that won that race a couple of seasons ago. It's all exciting for British pointing.
OK, 623 then, off to join Dan Skelton, and clearly a pretty talented horse as well. You were on hand not just to see 623, but to witness a pretty momentous achievement from Will Biddick at Badbury Rings. Record-breaking rider. He might be a record-breaking trainer if he keeps going at this rate.
He is just unreal, isn't he? I mean, when he stepped away from the sport in terms of riding back Christmas time, we were all obviously pretty devastated, but no surprise to see him making waves as a trainer. He is just he's just such a professional. He's so talented. And yeah, I mean, 5 of 8 winners on the card, forming a really good relationship with Ed Doggerel, who's a young jockey going places. He actually rode 4 maiden winners last weekend, Ed, and I think he's seriously one to follow for the future, giving James King a run for his money and supported by Will. Yeah, I mean, just brilliant.
And also giving Molly Armitage her first winner as a rider that she then followed up in the Hunter Chase at Leicester a couple of days later, which was pretty extraordinary. Now, what happened up at Alnwick?
So up at Alnwick, we saw a lovely, lovely grey horse called Titty Montmartre, trained by Chris Barber, win the GB Pointing Bonus there. Here he is. He was green in running, but he put it to bed really, really nicely. I think that's him coming to the second last. Mistake there by the third horse. And actually, the horse back in fourth ended up finishing second. That's a John Dawson trained horse, Alice Dawson and John. Lots to go from this race. I think but the grey horse won really nicely. And he's actually been bought by Johnson White and Philip Hobbs.
Looks very testing conditions at Alnwick last week.
Very, very soft ground, very soft ground. And he did it well. He's a lovely big horse, French bred, so he'll be entitled to the 15k bonus. Spoke to Johnson this morning. He's at the races today and hopes to find a buyer for him, but they're delighted to have him. And, again, Johnson, very keen to support British pointing. And, I think we all begin to realise there's a lot of really nice horses coming off the point-to-point field now.
Claire, thanks so much. Looking forward to picking up with you this time next week.
Thanks, Nick. See you then.